Why crying is not a sign of weakness in old age, but strength. Have you ever found yourself tearing up while watching an old film or thinking about someone you miss, and then quickly wipe those tears away, feeling embarrassed? Why do we do that? Why, after a lifetime of love, loss, and lessons, do we still feel like we have to hold it together? Let me tell you something that might surprise you. Crying, especially in later life, is not a weakness. It's a mark of wisdom, of emotional strength, and of a heart that's lived. And today, I want to show you exactly why. 1. Cry is a sign you've been through something and grown from it. Take George, 72, a retired carpenter from Manchester. He lost his wife, Mary, 3 years ago. At first, he held everything in, didn't cry, didn't talk about her. Men don't cry, he'd tell himself. But one evening, while watching a home video of her singing at Christmas, the tears came, and he didn't stop them this time. That moment, George said, was the first time he felt alive again. Because crying isn't about falling apart. It's about letting go of pain we've carried silently and allowing healing to begin. You cry not because you're broken, but because your soul has endured. 2. Crying connects us to others in a deeper way. In older age, it's easy to feel invisible. People move faster, speak louder, forget to ask how you feel. But emotions are a bridge. Margaret, 68, shared how she once cried during a church group meeting, talking about her son who moved away. Instead of judgment, something beautiful happened. Other women open up too, some about their own sons, others about loneliness or widowhood. That room, once filled with small talk, became sacred space. Tears opened the door to real, vulnerable human connection. In a world that often masks feelings with politeness or distractions, crying invites authenticity. 3. Suppressing emotion can harm our health, while crying helps heal. Studies show that suppressing emotions, especially in older adults, can lead to increased blood pressure, weakened immune systems, and even memory issues. Dr. Linda Parson, a geriatric therapist, says, crying is a form of emotional detox. Just like your body needs to exhale, so does your heart. When 80-year-old Tom from Melbourne lost his best friend to cancer, he didn't let himself grieve. Weeks later, he ended up hospitalized with stress-induced heart palpitations. It wasn't until he started therapy and cried for the first time in decades that his healing truly began. Tears can carry sadness out of the body. They're nature's pressure valve. For crying reflects emotional intelligence, not fragility. Emotional intelligence isn't just about being strong or stoic. It's about knowing yourself, understanding your emotions, and responding with self-awareness. Women and men who cry in later life often show higher empathy, deeper relationships, and greater psychological flexibility. Eleanor, 74, from Kentucky, says, I used to think crying was a failure. Now I see it as my strength. I've lived a life of love, loss, and learning. My tears are proof I've felt it all. To feel deeply is not weakness. It's courage. 5. Aging with emotion is a revolutionary act in a world that tells you to toughen up. We live in a culture that praises stoicism, especially among older people. Be strong for your kids. Don't burden others. Keep it together. But what if being strong actually means being soft? At 70, 80, even 90 years old, you have every right to feel, to cry, to grieve, to love, to remember. Every tear you shed is a chapter of your story. And stories are meant to be shared, not silenced. Underscore, 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 underscore. 6. Your tears teach the next generation that emotion is human. Think of your grandchildren. What will they learn if they see you cry without shame? They'll learn that love is worth grieving, that feelings aren't to be feared, that vulnerability is not weakness, but truth. Imagine a world where young boys are taught that men cry because they have hearts. Imagine young girls learning that strength isn't silence, but sharing. Your emotional openness becomes their emotional permission. Your tears today might be what makes someone else brave tomorrow. 7. Crying brings you closer to yourself and to peace. in the quiet of the night, or in the warmth of a memory, tears may come. Let them, not to drown in sorrow, but to honor the depth of your journey. Each tear says, I was there, I lived it, I loved. And that, dear friend, is not weakness. It's life in its purest form. So, what do you think? Have you ever had a moment where crying brought you peace? Did you ever feel stronger after letting the tears fall? I'd love to hear your thoughts in the comments. Your stories help others feel less alone. If this touched your heart, please subscribe, and share with someone who might need this today. Because aging isn't about shutting down. It's about opening up more fully, more freely, more honestly. And there is nothing more powerful than that.